Obsession begins as a spark of desire, a seemingly harmless attraction to a person, an idea, or a goal. But when that spark is fed by insecurity, fear, and manipulation, it grows into a consuming fire that chains the mind and distorts reality, transforming affection into possession and ambition into compulsion. It whispers promises of love and success, yet beneath those whispers lies a silent demand for control, a demand that slowly erodes freedom and blinds the heart, turning passion into dependency and desire into domination. And in the realm of dark psychology, obsession is not inspiration but enslavement, a dangerous illusion that thrives on vulnerability, exploiting the human need for connection and recognition, feeding on the fear of abandonment, and manipulating emotions until the victim believes they cannot live without the source of their obsession. Whether it is a person who demands constant attention, a manipulator who cloaks control in the language of care, or an ambition that devours every ounce of energy in pursuit of recognition, wealth, or dominance. Obsession hides behind masks of love and ambition, presenting itself as devotion, loyalty, or drive, yet its true nature is dependency, a psychological trap that chains the mind with invisible links of desire, fear, and compulsion. And once those chains tighten, the victim becomes trapped in cycles of anxiety, constantly seeking validation, approval, or proximity to the source of obsession, while the manipulator strengthens their grip, using fear of loss as the ultimate weapon. Whispering words like "you can't leave," "you're mine," or "without me, you are nothing," and these words, repeated and reinforced, become the bars of an invisible prison, a prison where the victim's identity dissolves into the obsession itself, where individuality is sacrificed for the illusion of belonging, and where freedom is traded for dependency. Obsession thrives in relationships, where love becomes toxic, where care becomes control, and where passion becomes possession, but it also thrives in ambition, where the hunger for success blinds the mind, where the pursuit of recognition becomes compulsive, and where the desire for dominance sacrifices morality, empathy, and balance, creating a ruthless cycle of control that consumes not only the victim but also the manipulator, for obsession is a double-edged sword, enslaving both the one who clings and the one who controls, binding them together in a destructive dance of fear and desire. The world of dark psychology, obsession is a silent predator, creeping into the mind unnoticed, disguising itself as passion, loyalty, or ambition, until it has consumed every thought, every emotion, and every decision, leaving the victim powerless, dependent, and trapped, and the manipulator empowered, dominant, and cruel. But awareness is the key to breaking free, for to understand obsession is to recognize its chains, to see when desire becomes control, and to reclaim the freedom of the mind. Because obsession is not love, it is not passion, it is not ambition, it is control, and only by exposing its true nature can we escape its grip and restore balance to our lives. Obsession is the silent shadow that follows us in relationships, careers, and ambitions, whispering that we must hold tighter, cling harder, and never let go. But the tighter we hold, the more we lose ourselves, the more we sacrifice our identity, and the more we surrender our freedom until we are no longer living for ourselves but living for the obsession itself. And in that surrender lies the ultimate tragedy of dark psychology, for obsession does not give life, it takes it, draining energy, consuming thought and enslaving the spirit, leaving behind a hollow shell that exists only to serve the obsession. And yet, even in its darkest form, obsession can be broken, for awareness is light, and light dissolves shadows. And when we see obsession for what it truly is, not devotion, not passion, not ambition, but control, we can begin to loosen its grip, reclaim our identity, and restore balance to our lives, breaking free from the invisible chains that bind us, and stepping once again into freedom, into clarity, and into the truth that desire should inspire, not enslave, passion should uplift, not consume, and love should liberate, not control.